Hello, today we'll speak about the PHP functions. PHP has more than 1000 built-in functions. You can create also as many functions as you can. PHP built-in functions has over than 1000 built-in functions that can be called directly from within a script to perform a specific task. PHP user-defined functions. Besides the built-in functions of PHP, it's possible to create your own functions. A function. What's the function? A function is a block of statements that can be used repeatedly in a program. A function will not execute automatically when a page loads. A function will be executed by a call to the function. So the function is a block of statements, and to be executed you should call the function. Okay? Create a user-defined function in PHP. A user-defined function declaration starts with the word function. Syntax: function, function name, parentheses, and the curly, and the statements, and every statement terminate with a semicolon. So the curly include many statements which define the function, or this is the equations of the function, or the statements of the function, or the tasks of the function. A function name must start with a letter or an underscore. A function name cannot start with $sign for variable. Function name start with a letter or underscore. Function name are not case sensitive. Function name are not case sensitive. Okay? Okay. Tip: give the function a name that reflects what the function does. Okay. In the example below, we create a function named write MSG. The opening curly brace, curly bracket indicates the beginning of the function code, and the closing curly brace indicates the end of the function. The function outputs a hello world. To call the function, just write its name followed by the brackets. Okay? To call the function, just write the name followed by the brackets. Okay? Example: PHP function write MSG. So here we start to define the function. We start defining the function. We have to start with function. Okay? And this is a function contain just one simple statement, equal word. When you call it, it will echo or print hello world. Here we calling the function. Okay? This calling the function. Very simple code. Very simple code. PHP function arguments. Information can be passed to functions through arguments. An argument is just like a variable. Arguments are specified after the function name. Inside the parentheses, you can add as many arguments as you want. Just separate them with a comma. The following example has a function with one argument. Yes, which is just one variable, one argument. When the family name function is called, we also pass along a name. Example: Jenny. And the name is used inside the function, which outputs several different first names but an equal last name. Example: define the function. So start with function and the function name, and it includes one argument which is $sign if name. Echo if name reference وبr. echo يظهر ايه will print الفاريبل value وريفرنسز وهاخد a line. family name give Jenny will echo Jenny, will echo Hej, will echo Stale, will echo, okay? So it will print 1 2 3 4 5 names, different names, everyone in separate line because of this BR, which is a tag for separate line in HTML. Okay. The following example has a function with two arguments. Oh, first name where. So the variable, first variable, $sign first name, and comma a year. Okay. Echo first name references dot born in year. خد بقى كده اللي هو الفي ار new line. Family name هج والبيرث date year. Family name still first name birthday year, and so on. PHP is loosely typed language. In the example above, note that we did not have to tell PHP which data type the variable is. You know this information. Okay. PHP automatically associates the data type to a variable depending on its value, since the data types are not set in a strict sense. You can do things like adding a string to an integer without causing an error. In PHP 7, type declarations were added. This gives us an option to specify the expected data type when declaring a function, and by adding the strict declaration, it will show a fatal error if the data type mismatches. So in just PHP 7, type declarations were added in PHP 7, not before. So if you define the data type with something and give it another data type, it will give you fatal error. This is the information. In the following example, we try to send both a number and a string to the function without using strict. Sure. So function add numbers, integer $sign A, integer $sign B. Okay, return echo 5 or 5 days. Since strict is not enabled, 5 days is changed to integer 5. So we don't have strict here. It's not enabled. So 5 days automatically change it to 5 integer 5, and it will return 10. To specify strict, we need to set declare strict types equals 1. This must be on the very first line of the PHP file. To specify strict, to do this limitation restrictions, you have to declare this. Declare strict types equal 1 in the first line of the PHP file. Example, this one. Okay. Declare strict types 1. Okay. So we have two variables, $A with $sign B. Give the since strict is enabled and 5 days is not an integer, an error will be thrown. PHP default argument value. The following example shows how to use default parameter if we call the function setHeight without argument. Takes the default value as argument. Example. Without arguments, it takes the default value. So here we also use strict types and strict requirements. Integer minimum height equal 50. Echo the highest is minimum height. Set height 350, it will appear 350. Set height with no argument, it will equal value of 50. You can try it through the link the link for using this code is in the above here. This is the link, you can use it, and I will set this link in the description below. I said this. Returning values, function returning values. To let function return a value, use the return statement. Very easy. So $z equals x plus y. Return z. Just call the function, give you the return. So sum 2 plus 4 equal sum 2 6 equal. Okay. Very easy. Very simple. Function returning values. To let the function return a value, use the return statement. The same. Yes, it's the same. Same code. And this code هنا return type declarations. Return type declaration. To declare a type for the function return, add a column and the type right before the opening only bracket when declaring a function. In the example, the following example, we specify the return type for the function. هنا declare strict type equal 1. Function add numbers float $a float $b float. هنا column وبعد كده float. So it will return float. The type of return value is float. Echo add numbers. 1.2 و 5.2 وهنا return هيكون ايه بقى؟ الريتيرن هيكون الفلوت. You can specify different type return type than the argument types, but make sure the return is the correct type. So you can specify different return type than the argument type. So in the previous example, you can return integer instead of float, or string instead float. But why? You have to return the same type. But you can do it. In the example below, so the summation will be float. 1.2 plus 5.2 will equal 6.4. But when returning and executing the function, it will return integer. Okay? Passing arguments by reference. You can pass arguments by reference. In PHP, arguments are usually passed by value, which means that a copy of the value is used in the function, and the variable that was passed into the function cannot be changed. Usually passed by value. When a function argument is passed by reference, it changes to the argument, also changes the variable that was passed in. To turn a function argument into a reference, the ampersand operator, the address, ampersand operator is used before the reference. So the function declared its name add underscore 5 ampersand $sign value. So this the variable, this is the reference of the variable. It's memory. It's place in the memory. It's the address in the memory. So when you make additions on this value, it will be modified. Okay. Value equals the value plus 5. Increase it by 5. Without returning, it modified. Example, $num equal to add 5 num. It will be 7. Equal num will be 7. Will equal 7. Print 7. So now we finish the functions. I hope you understand this. If there any comments or questions, write in the comments below, and I will reply you in a comment or with another video. Thanks for listening.